climate change mean to you?
It means a lot because without the earth, we wouldn't even be here and we wouldn't be anywhere. So we need the earth.
What is climate change to you?
Climate change is something that Donald Trump does not believe in, and it is also it's also when the weather like it is today or during this month is so in the 40 degrees.
What is the weather like this month?
It's 40 degrees and it's December 4th. 40 to 50 degrees because yesterday it was 51 degrees, so I'm just confused.
What does climate change mean to you?
To me, climate change means the slow, steady rising of the Earth's average temperature from year to year.
Wow, okay. What is climate change to you?
Climate change is the heating and cooling of different places in the world.
What is climate change to you?
Climate change is when we have like different seasons, I guess. I don't know.
What actually is climate change? Climate change is the global or regional climate patterns influenced by increased levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere produced by fossil fuels. The evidence for rapid climate change is compelling, starting with a global temperature rise. The planet's average surface temperature has risen about 2.0 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century, a change driven largely by increased carbon dioxide and other human-made emissions into the atmosphere. Most of the warming occurred in the past 35 years, with 16 of the 17 warmest years on record occurring since 2001. Not only was 2016 the warmest year on record, but 8 of the 12 months that make up the year, from January through September, with the exception of June, were the warmest on record for those respective months. We also see evidence of climate change in our ocean's temperature. The oceans have absorbed much of the increased heat, with the top 700 meters, about 2,300 feet, of the ocean showing warming of 0.302 degrees Fahrenheit since 1969. Climate change has not only affected our oceans, but also shrinked some ice sheets. The Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets have decreased in mass. Data from NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment show Greenland lost 150 to 250 cubic kilometers, about 36 to 60 cubic miles, of ice per year between 2002 and 2006, while Antarctica lost about 152 cubic millimeters, which is roughly about 36 cubic miles, of ice between 2002 and 2005. It is also causing snow cover to decrease. Satellite observations reveal that the amount of spring snow cover in the northern hemispheres has decreased over the past 5 decades, and that snow is melting earlier. A more noticeable effect from climate change is the rising of sea level. Global sea level rose about 8 inches in the last century. The rate in the last 2 decades, however, is nearly double that of the last century. Rising of the sea level will result in mass flooding and is caused by glaciers melting and a decline in the Arctic sea levels. Both the extent and thickness of the Arctic sea ice has declined rapidly over the last several decades. More noticeable, in fact, has been the extreme weather events caused by climate change. The number of record high temperature events in the United States has been increasing, while the number of record low temperature events have been decreasing since 1950. The U.S. has also witnessed increasing numbers of intense rainfall events like hurricanes, and recently witnessed mass forest fires which have been caused by high temperatures. Finally, ocean acidification has been shown as a result of climate change. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the acidity of the ocean's surface waters has increased by 30%. This increase is the result of humans emitting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and hence more being absorbed into the ocean. The amount of carbon dioxide absorbed by the upper layer of the oceans is increasing about 2 billion tons per year. The current warming trend is of particular significance because most of it's extremely likely, greater than 95% probability, to be the result of human activity since the mid-20th century and proceeding at a high rate. Earth-orbiting satellites and other technology advances has enabled scientists to see the big picture, collecting many different types of information about our planet and our climate on a global scale. This body of data collected over many years reveals the signals of changing climate.